Hey,
Oh wow.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's the first.
we
That's the
had
first.
we had some Caribbean technical difficulties. So now I got two videos to um get clips from now.
Now that
um,
this is truly a first. This is truly a
yeah,
first.
this is only on Sports View Wrestling. So hopefully people who are not here will come back. So shout out to the comment section who were rocking. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Will Ospreay. I got Will Ospreay too. I know who's gonna face for the AEW championship. Uh,
JoJo happened, JT. JoJo happened.
Listen, we had a Caribbean technical difficulty. That's just put it at that. But we're back. So shout out
Well,
to JT. What's up, JT? Hefe. Um, listen, and I think Lena had Will Ospreay as well winning this match.
yeah.
So this match is gonna cook. Swerve pretty much gave the truth bomb to Will Ospreay and left Will Ospreay, kind of speechless and little thing, a little agitated. So, but I got Will. You said you got Will, right? Um,
Yeah. I got Will winning. 'Cause I think it's time. It's time to have him. It's time for him to have his moment in Wembley.
oh, okay. Hey, is that you right there, John? Is that
That's me. That's me.
okay? Um, yeah. Careful, Will. But yeah. And then now we got the women's uh, um, final. Mercedes Monet, Maya World for the female owned cup. Mercedes has a chance to go back to back to win this championship, and Maya World has been put in due to circumstances of people pulling out of the tournament. Maya World has been placed in a not a predicament, but an interesting situation where she can make a name for herself on the big stage of AEW. So who you got? I know this is probably a tough one for you. I'm not sure, but you can pretty much speak on it. Who you got winning the women's cup?
Um. Um. I'm gonna say this. Man, this is. I'm happy for my world, first of all, but I just personally feel I know where this is going. I got a feeling I know where this is going, and we're gonna get to it more. And this is what we're doing. But look, my world, this is her moment right now. And look, no one likes losing a spot, losing their position because of injury. And sad that it happened to Suri. I'm sad it happened to Willow. But this is how we got here.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are in the finals because their two people they replaced got injured, and obviously Maya World's going through a real personal tragedy, losing her brother, and she has used that fuel to bring her to this moment. And I'm happy for her. I've been following her as of recently. I'm seeing her on some indie shows, particularly Ashe. Shout out, they got a show this weekend. Um, I'm rooting for her, but I know where I know where this is going.
Okay, so you picking Mercedes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go like I'm gonna agree with the JT. I'm gonna put out the hope. I'm actually gonna go with um, my world to shock the world and possibly challenge Tekla for the championship. Because the reason why I say this is because let's say Mercedes wins the on right,
Hmm.
you're gonna have a heel versus a heel, which really doesn't matter in this day and age. Tekla has backup. Mercedes does not.
Right.
So they're not gonna have. How are you gonna book Mercedes to beat Tekla unless Tekla loses her championship at Forbidden Door, which I don't see her losing to anyone in New Japan because AEW doesn't really favor or feature New Japan like that. They just take their stars. They don't really give them championships. At least NXT
Right.
gave TNA Talent some titles. But anyway,
Hold on real quick.
that's neither here nor there. Yeah. So I'm just gonna to everybody else. I agree that card is stacked, but I'm gonna pick Maya World because what a way to get this girl over, and I think Tony Khan is pretty much doing her a solid for the simple fact of, like John was saying, the passing of her brother. Because if we remember when Eddie Guerrero passed, Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble and became World Heavyweight Champion. So I can see this history repeating itself. Maya World is a dope superstar. So to put the rocket on her and have her challenge Tekla at a major pay per view, I can definitely see that happening. I don't think Mercedes lost all her titles for nothing. It was only. Oh yeah, I agree. But the only reason why I changed my stance on it was because Willow went down. Because I think it would have been Willow and Mercedes in the finals. I would have picked Mercedes to win. But with Mercedes not having any backup, and Tekla has Julia Hart and Sky Blue in her corner, it's kind of tough to see Tekla lose that championship to Mercedes unless she loses it before they get to Wembley. So, but like JT said, that is the money draw. But it's like you put in two heels against one another. Who's everyone gonna root for? So
Right.
you're gonna need an underdog in this story, and what bigger underdog than Maya World? She can be the Rey Mysterio of this situation and pull out an unbelievable upset, or at least go down with a fight, giving Tekla all that she has to win. Exactly, and plus Tekla's on the rise herself, so I think Maya's probably gonna take it.
She should. I really want her to take it, but I just got this feeling like the way, and this is how I feel. Like we was talking last week about how our perception for King of the Ring has changed. Growing up, like we just talked about Austin, we just talked about Rigo. We talked about how it was a bridge for an ascension of a up and coming superstar. Mm-hmm. The Owen, when you look at it, it's kind of think about who's all won the Owen so far: Adam Cole, Britt Baker, Ricky Starks, Willow Nightingale, Bryan Danielson, Mercedes. Mercedes could be the first person to win multiple Owens. And when we see the reports out there, originally the plan was Toni Storm, but then they rid her off at Revolution. Then the original plan reportedly was Willow, but then she got hurt. So Mercedes is like the break glass situation, but with Sarrigan hurt and Maya World going in and all this momentum and everything she's been going through, it just seems like the right time to just give her this moment and then let her have this stage in Wembley Stadium against another up and comer who's been doubted, written off. It's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah. So John got Mercedes. I'm gonna take Maya. So I'm rooting for Maya. And again,
too, but
the finals is gonna have two prominent sisters duking it out for the shot of the women's championship at Wembley. So shout out to them. And speaking of shout outs,
this is what we doing. This is what we doing. We doing this. What we doing? I made this song. You like it or what? How about new? How about
Time for another weekly rendition of This Is What We Doing, because honestly, some stuff we hear, see, or read in the world of professional wrestling is like, what are we doing here? So we just got off talking about the Women's Owens finals, and John kind of alluded to it. It kind of ruffles his feathers a little bit. So, John, take it away on who you got for This Is What We Do.
All right, let me say this. Let me shout out BRP and guy JT's here. He's got BRP on the show, a special Friday edition of Marks with Mike's going over to BRP 50. And we just talked about Maya World. Maya World was number 19 on the BRP 50. She beats Athena, her mentor. Athena was number 4 on the list. She's going to face Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné was number 5 on the list. Here's my question. I already know what's going to happen with Mercedes because I picked Mercedes winning. I think I know where we're going with Mercedes. Where are we going with Athena now? The number 4 wrestler on the BRP 50. Where are we going with her with a 3-year reign, longest reigning champion in ROH history of any title? When are we going to see her on regular TV consistently? No paywall stuff. Nothing against Ring of Honor, nothing against Honor Club and all that. She needs to be on AEW, and she should have been on AEW years ago. She started there, and then she went on to win the ROH title for Mercedes Martinez and started this forever reign. But then they forgot to keep her on the bring her back up consistently on AEW television because she started the millions bit and it clicked. But she needs to be on TV now. My next question is, if Maya World loses, where does she go from here? We cannot have her going back to being just this girl who's on ROH, teaming up in tag matches, having single match here, single match there. She is a big time player now. Granted, it happened by injury, but it's not her fault. She took the moment and she excelled at it. And I feel personally, you said it earlier today when we was talking about this, she'd be the perfect person to end Athena's reign. But I want to see these two women on TV more than possible. That's what I'm thinking, JT. I want to see these two women on TV a lot more than where they are now. That's my question. What are we doing with these two who are in the top 20 in the BRP 50? One in the top 4.
I don't think AEW forgot to bring Athena to their show. I think what it was is they brought her in AEW, and then they bought Ring of Honor, and they sent her down there to be part of Ring of Honor, to run that brand. And I think, I could be wrong, but if I wouldn't put it past Tony Khan to outdo WWE and have Athena surpass Roman Reigns' record, so that way they can start talking about that and not how special Roman Reigns' dominance was from 2020 all the way to 2023 or 2024, excuse me. So I think she's gonna beat Roman's record because she's already on year 3.
Right.
It'd be. I mean, how many people is she gonna go through to get to year 4? I'm hoping I'm wrong and she loses, but they haven't really built anybody to take down Athena. She has beaten everybody. She's beaten Willow twice, and I had Willow beating her the second time to become Ring of Honor champion. So, I mean, if that's all they got for Athena, then just keep her down there, because why bring her up here if they're not gonna? Why bring her to AEW? Because we're looking at Ring of Honor like it's the developmental, and it's not.
Right.
They should kind of do it like that, because even TNA is starting to have their own developmental organization with OVW.
That's right.
So everyone's having developmental, brands. I thought for sure Ring of Honor would have fit that, but they're not. So I honestly, for as far as Maya, I think this is gonna be one of those where she makes a name for herself, where she becomes a fixture on AEW. But I can see her being a mainstay, not a mainstay, but a main player in Ring of Honor's women's division. Um, Maybe beating Red Velvet, maybe beating Athena, have her give her a title. So that's my answer to those. What's going to happen? They're just going to go back to Ring of Honor. If I'm smart, if Tony Khan is smart, you being have my world be on AEW more often and have her fight Sheeta, have her have her fight Red Velvet on AEW, have her fight Sky Blue or Julia Hart. Give her some matches. Have her on Collision. I see a lot of people on Collision. When are we gonna get Megan Bain on AEW television, not just Saturday nights? I need to see that woman on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even see the women tag team champions on Wednesdays. Aren't they your champions? Why not showcase them in the middle of the week instead of just Saturdays? Well, where hardly anyone watches Collision. I mean, do we have to do this for you? But with that being said, we're gonna go with our favorite part, and that is the acknowledgement. We show some love to the good people in the world that brings good to the world of wrestling. And John, is there anyone you want to do a little shout out?
Like I said, I'm gonna stick with what I was just talking about with the BRP 50. The top three alone. We go from, and I say this because I was listening to Beyond the Bell earlier. Shout out to them. Shout out to Lovely. Shout out to Cannon. Break down the list. I just think about the fact that we were at Stand and Deliver last year, and the people and the wrestlers who made the top three main eventing Stand and Deliver, and now fast forward a year later, they were all on WrestleMania Sunday. That being number 3, Javon Evans, number 2, Oba Femi, and number 1, Trick Williams. I got acknowledged Trick taking that Trick and A to being the number 1 on the list. Now he become United States champion. Congratulations to him and Lash Legend. Happy for them. And I think Oba, that speaks for itself. Oba speaks for itself. And then Javon, he's day by day, he's growing into somebody that he's growing into he's already a bona fide superstar, but he's going to be the next big thing. Just watch out. And again, and round out the top 5, shout out to Athena at 4, Mercedes Moné at 5, Jade at 6, who's improved, Leon Slater 7, Soul Rook at 8. Soul Rook at 8. There's no more questions, people. I'm just gonna say that. No more questions. And then Kevin Knight round out number 9, Willow at 10. And shout out to AJ Francis. He just missed the top 10 at number 11. But this list, if you go look, it is real good. And I was want to salute BRP. Shout out to Mimi. Shout out to Cal. And JT's gonna have them on his show on Friday. So y'all checking out with Marks and Mikes, because I'll be listening. I'll definitely be in the comments, JT, when y'all discuss this.
Cool. All right, so mine is history, because history was made on Monday night.
Uh-huh.
We have new tag team champions, Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, the Street Profits, beating the Vision with little shenanigans from Seth Rollins and Joe Hendry. Shout out to those boys, but that's not why. That's part of the reason why I acknowledge him, because they all in winning the World Tag Team titles, Sean. These guys made history by coming. Well, I'm gonna make this a name. the first tag team Grand Slam winners, because there are former NXT tag team champions, former Raw tag team champions, former SmackDown tag team champions, former WWE tag team champions, and now they are the World Tag Team Champions. So that's something DIY had never done. And no other tag team Alpha what was Chad Gable with Jason Jordan, American
Alpha.
They never did that. No other team that came out of NXT still exists. So Pretty Deadly has not done that. So
Yes, boy.
just if there is a thing, they are the tag team Grand Slam tag team of WWE by winning all tag team titles that's ever been in WWE in the past 10, 15 years. So shout out to them boys shout out to the Dungeon, because they be producing killers. Hashtag Fear the Dungeon. So that's all I got for them, because the boys are killing it. They've been teasing these breakups for the better part of at least the past 2 years, if not 3, and they still cannot pull the trigger yet. So these boys are now the tag team champions, which sets up our photo of the week: the R&B trio of Montez, Angelo Dawkins, and Seth Rollins, the Kool-Aid Gang, if I like to call them. So that's that's the photo of the week. So shout out to Seth. I mean, he's gotten in the Prophet's good graces. So for now, and I use that term loosely, everyone's on one accord. Everyone's on the same page. And greetings from Iran.
Greetings from Iran.
Whoa, easy.
Sorry, Sheik. I didn't mean to do that.
That's not even the same culture or religion. But anyway, shout out to Seth and the boys. And now I was hoping to have everyone here, but I missed it last week. So we're gonna bring up game of the week. Everyone in the comment section can play along with this one. So, Kurt Angle, Shelton Benjamin, damn, I can't think of her name right now. She's fighting
Kendall Gray.
Kendall Gray, excuse me. Brock Lesnar. Just to name a few amateur wrestlers that have came and gone in WWE. Oh, you can throw Jason Jordan in there, I guess. Charlie Haas, throw him in there. But we're gonna have a new rendition of Sign, Cut, and Call Up.
Oh boy!
And this is the 3 that predominantly live rent free as far as amateur wrestling in WWE: Shelton Benjamin, Kurt Angle, Chad Gable.
Oh boy!
Who's getting the cut? Who's getting that signed? Who's getting signed? And who's getting called up? Because let's just say, we're Shawn Michaels right now. Who we letting go? Who we signing? And who we calling up? Everyone in the comments, take your pick. John, this on paper, this kind of looks easy.
It is not.
But low key, if you got all 3 of them in their prime or at their peak, it really isn't all that easy, is it, sir? So who you letting go? Who you signing? And who you calling up to be a big star?
So they're all on their peak, right? So we're getting peak Kurt Angle, peak Chad Gable, and peak Shelton Benjamin. Oh man! Oh boy, this is.
Each man can give you a 5-star match any given day of the week.
Well, I'm with JT. This is insane. I'm still going to sign Kurt Angle. I'm still going to sign Kurt Angle.
Agree, Tommy.
Yeah, straight tragedy. I never understood that. And that's why he's my call up. Because Shelton Benjamin was that blue chip prospect. And like this, we're splitting hairs between him and Chad Gable. But Shelton Benjamin is one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen in my life step in the professional wrestling ring.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the only reason Chad Gable only gets the cut because Shelton Benjamin did some stuff in that early part of his prime where it was with Team Angle or when he was pretty much the human highlight film of Money in the Bank. How many highlights we see of Shelton Benjamin coming off a ladder doing something crazy? Where it was a power slam, a clothesline, a swanton. He was that dude. He really is the standard of excellence, gold standard, whatever you want to call it. Chad Gable was only getting cut because of circumstance, not because of anything he hasn't done. Because I think we're about to see the best of Chad Gable going forward. But I'm gonna sign Kurt. I'm gonna call up Shelton, and I'm going to wish Chad Gable best in his future endeavors.
I mean, I gotta sign Kurt because he's the originator. He's the first pure amateur wrestler to come into WWE and take it by storm. Become WWE champion, Intercontinental champion, European champion within a year and a half. I'm signing Kurt. I'm gonna call up Chad Gable.
Wow.
Because call up Chad Gable. Imagine getting Chad Gable and Kurt Angle. I'm cutting Shelton because like Shelton is at his peak was a beast. But if you think about it, all of his highlights was for Money in the Bank. All his big time highlights were for Money in the Bank. He was never given that actual time to shine, but his Intercontinental Championship run was the greatest. That one time he beat Triple H on Monday Night Raw, that was awesome. But he never had. I'm not gonna say he never had, but his intensity is nothing like Kurt's or Chad. So Lena says Prime Kurt Angle is easiest to sign on board. The real debate is Shelton versus Gable, and I lean towards Gable because he's shown he can carry major character work in addition to being elite in the ring. Exactly. I think Chad Gable can actually lead a brand like by himself on his back, like Kurt did. And that's not knocking Shelton Benjamin, because like we all said, at his peak, hell, I'm not even gonna see at his peak. I think Shelton Benjamin's still doing his best work right now in AEW as part of the Hurt Syndicate. That's just cut it for what it is. At the age that man is at, it's incredible that this man can still go. So shout out to his longevity. But yeah, that's me. I'm cutting Shelton. Send to TNA, have him turn up in TNA, go standard in TNA, lead that company on his back. But Chad Gable, I'm calling up as the future, and I'm signing Kurt Angle out the bat, straight out of amateur wrestling. I'm signing him. But yeah, and that's our rendition of sign, cut, call up, amateur wrestling edition. So. And that pretty much wrap up part 2 of this show. Shout out to JoJo. This would never be not funny.
Boy, I can't wait till this is gonna be hilarious for days, forever.
We got major wrestling this weekend. We've got we got Night of Champions, obviously, and then TNA's having Slammiversary on Sunday. And Forbidden Door is also on Sunday as well. So there's gonna be a lot of wrestling on top of the World Cup. So it's gonna be a busy weekend for your boy because we will have a Night of Champions watch along, and I will be live from the world famous Baby Bros Pizza in downtown Long Beach. It's supposed to be a packed house. I mean, of course, Sports U is gonna be in the building, so why not be a packed house?
And don't forget, and then Sunday, the big debut of the Great American Bash on the CW.
Mhm.
The first time a PLE is going to be on national television.
So we gonna have 3 events alone on Sunday. And then Amazing Red makes his return to TNA.
Can't wait for that.
And then, of course, they teasing it. Somebody from WWE is pulling up to Slammiversary. So tune in to find out who it's gonna be. So shout out to the to TNA and WWE partnership because you never know who's gonna who's gonna cross that line, so to speak. So, on behalf of the Caribbean One JoJo, that is John. I am Trail. Enjoy the rest of the World Cup. Enjoy your wrestling weekend. And we'll be back next week for the Fallout. So, with that being said, y'all, I think Tommy, Lena, JT, I agree. Lena wasn't cool by Naraku.
Yeah, that's crazy. EO, get your husband.
Yeah. But we'll see y'all next week. Enjoy all that is pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Deuces.
It's the legend. It's the legend. It's the legend. It's the legend.